on another Global boy, Maddox Global, the junior with a 18-3 record. And so far that's turned out to be everything we thought it would be too. Is both wrestlers close to getting a takedown, but no takedowns yet. Could be getting close to one here though. It's really up. He got good position there and he scored. Down there in our third place match, it's one of those that we said you had to watch out for, but it looks to me like we're over halfway through, and Iowa Grand is still holding a pretty sizable lead over Prairie du Chien. But it is another Iowa Grant Prairie du Chien matchup down there at 165 in the third place match, with Emerson Moan taking on Jeremy Avery in a third place match down there. In our fifth place match, we have Wolf from Lancaster, and he's taking on the wrestler from Cuba City, and that's Bush. And then in our seventh and eighth place match, we have Childs from Riverdale, and he's taking on, from River Valley, Alt. 2-2 down there in the seventh place match. In our middle match here for fifth place, finally a score does occur. It's 1-0 right now in favor of Bush from Cuba City. To go to the second period in the championship match, it's still 2-0 in favor of Rule. And then down there in our third place match, that's kind of what we thought it would be too. It's a barn burner in there in the second period with only 40 seconds left, and it's 0-0.
Crazy. Some of the stuff going on here.
Yeah, God, as we said before, you take a lot of these weight classes, the top 5 or 6, and they are quality young athletes. It's kind of good that they are split up in different divisions. It's going to just give more of them a chance to get to state.
Yeah. You look at this championship match, both of these wrestlers are juniors. The third place match, you have 2 seniors. Your fifth place match, a senior and a sophomore in Bush out of Cuba City. And your seventh place match, 2 juniors. So, yeah, that's quite the deal. Very interesting.
See, this seems to be the move that a lot of your collegiates and a lot of your really good high school wrestlers are doing right now, is they'll get that crossbody Turk in, or a Turk of some kind with either an arm bar or a half, and they just drive the pucker out of it, you know. And they usually can get a turn out of it.
Yeah.
Either that or a heck of a job riding.
So 5-0 the score there. Our third place match, what do we got there? That is 1-1.
Yep, they finally both scored, and now looks like that's Moan, right?
Should be,
yeah. That's Emerson Moan.
Yeah.
He comes in and gets a takedown, and he's got Avery in a lot of trouble too. These two teams wrestled a lot at the beginning of the year. They wrestled in a dual meet, and then they turned around and met in the finals up there at the Chula Duels.
Oh, yeah.
In Wisconsin Dells. And
yeah.
every time it was right down to the end.
1 point. What was it, a 1-point match both times?
Pretty close, or right down to the last match decided who was going to win.
That's really something.
A lot of fun. But to Iowa Grant's credit, every time they wrestled Prairie, of course I think Prairie did the same thing, they wrestled them head up.
Yeah, good for them.
They said in the first time they met, or maybe even the second time they met, that if they would have maybe bumped Brokop up to 285, they might have got a win out of there, because they were going to give 6 points anyway to Theory.
Sure.
We'll see if that stands true. But I think he hasn't really, I know he hasn't beaten him yet, Brokop. But Rock-Up. But we'll see how it goes tonight here.
Boy, there's so quick as
for a big man. Rule, of course, he was 32 or 38 last year?
Yeah, I was thinking 32. Yeah, but it might have been 38.
I was thinking he was down there near the same weight class that Lucas Sullivan was.
Yeah.
He was either right before him or right after him. But boy, he's filled into a very solid 165-pounder. He just kind of playing with Goebel now. Looking for that tilt on him. 5-2 down there. Moan still out in front over Avery.
The final on the 5th place match, Bush 3-0 over Logan Wolf of Lancaster, and Bush, of course, from Cuba City, Benton Southwestern. He'll run his record to 36-11 now. Wolf will fall to 27-15.
Moan wins down there 5-2 in his 3rd place match. Like we talked earlier, that kind of, I think, is giving Iowa Grant kind of the driver's seat here. Now, I don't really know with just, I think only 4 weight classes left that Prairie can make up that kind of ground now.
That would be really tough, yeah.
I mean, you're going to put Theory out there against Iowa Grant Brokop. You know, maybe you can get a couple bonus points there, but just not sure where else they would pick up bonus points.
Well, we just got an escape here. 7-6 now on the 7th place match with Childs of Riverdale and Alt of River Valley. And it's Childs with that 1-point advantage right now. He's back in on a double leg. Down to 2 seconds. That'll end it right there. So Childs picks up the 7th place spot and a 1-point advantage, 7-6.
Rule wins the championship match with a 10-0 score. Just kind of dominated there and hit his way with him.
Wow, good job with all that. Well, we're going to take a look here at, we move up and say thanks to the Lancaster Flying Arrows, Tyson Wolf, the head coach now, and all of his great crew supporting the broadcast today in the wrestling club. Thanks to the Ball family. The lacrosse loggers, Dan Kapanke, doing a great job once again here. Appreciate their support and watch them this summer when they start up. Boy, they are going to be a lot of fun, folks, getting some real good players on a collegiate level. Over there on Copeland Park in La Crosse, Coon Creek Feeds, Wayne Krasinga, putting the fun back into the feed business. That's Coon Creek Feeds, downtown Coon Valley. Kickapoo Lafarge Predators, that's Dustin Clements helping us out. The Viola Quick Stop, that's Angie and Travis Iggy, reminding you of a really good Friday night fish fry that you can stop in there or take home. Don't forget Larry and Shelley Ferguson at Advanced Well Pump and Well Solutions helping us out today. And Scott Wall, the Bank of Cashton, Friends Helping Friends. We moved to 175 pounds, and Kirk is going to give us the lay of the land on that one.
Okay, this is the chance here for Lancaster fans who are sitting right below us here to have their cheer for the night. As Ken said, Lancaster's got a finalist here in Nolan Honke, the sophomore with a 27-8 record right now. But he's up against a fairly determined opponent from Cuba City, Benton Southwestern, and that's Cale Denar.
Yeah, he's done a real nice job this day, Denar has.
Yeah, he sure has. And like you said, it's good to see Cuba City having some quality wrestlers again, because the last few years there was, let's see, a little bit of a gap there.
Yeah, a little dry spell there. Yep.
But right now, Denar is having his way, and he's up 5-0 here in this match. Then in our 3rd place match down there, we have our number 1 seed who got upset last round by Honke, and that's Gavin Hinderman. He takes on in his 3rd place match the gentleman who was the 2nd seed, Nathan Blaschke, who got upset by Denar. So you got your 3 versus your 4 here.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Honke's a 5.
Is he really?
Yeah,
okay, that's right. He was.
You have a 3 versus a 5 here, and then you have your 1 and 2 going for 3rd place. 5th place match down here, we have Davis from Belmont Platteville. He's taking on from Darlington the other Chris boy, and that would be Ty Christ, a senior. And then in our 7th place match, we have James from Mineral Point, and he's wrestling Brickle from River Valley. But right now in our championship match, it's pretty well Ben Denar. He's been controlling the match with a 5-0 score. Still no score down there in our 3rd place match. which, like we said, this is 1 against 2. This was one of the matches you thought you'd see in the finals. You know, both wrestlers are maybe not your top wrestlers on your team, but these two gentlemen over the last several years have won a lot of matches for their teams.
Boy, that they have. You stop and think about that. That's, yeah.
And they're all, both of them only juniors.
That's the wild part.
Yeah. Hinderman's always been kind of up in that weight classes where, you know, he's had all these studs blowing, so he's always kind of wrestled up a little bit.
He's probably used to the bigger guys, huh?
Yeah. Now, Blaschke has done some of that, but, you know, Nathan has also been pretty instrumental in their couple team state championships that they had.
Right.
Just both of them just solid athletes.
5-0 score in that third place match with Gavin Hinderman and Nathan Blaschke.
When you come back down here next Saturday, Ken, it's really going to be, is there going to be enough teams, which I don't think there will be, to come in, I shouldn't say it that way, but of the same quality of teams coming in from that other area to help Iowa Grant like they were helped today by, you know, the Division II teams here, you know, thinning Fenimore out a little bit.
You know, that's an excellent question, and that's going to be the tough play, I think, for anybody coming in. But you never know.
But it is interesting right now. I think a duel in which you still can see, you know, but it's really going to come down to when you get to that team sectional down there at Fenimore. What happens next week here is going to determine who has to wrestle Aquinas first.
Right.
Or are they both going to have to wrestle Aquinas?
Well, there you go. that could be the case.
Yep. And so Aquinas has got a nice squad again, especially he's kind of built like Fenimore and Iowa Grant both are. Most of his power is from like the mid-range to the upper weights.
Right. Yep.
Although he does have Fitzpatrick at 13, and that's not bad to have.
That's not too bad. Yeah, you got a returning state champ and a runner-up in his resume, and you got a Moline with the state championship in the upper side of the brackets, the weights.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's got a nice mix. You're absolutely right.
And then he's got Flaggy, who is ranked at, oh, wow, this is what Hemke has done all day long.
Yep.
He's done some real nice leverage moves. Can't believe he didn't give him back points there, but maybe so. He's closer than I am.
Down to 1.5 minutes remaining in that match. 40 seconds remaining in the third place match, and it's still 5-0 here for Hinderman.
2-2 down there. Wow, just look at this stuff Honky is doing. It just, man. Is it Honky or Hanky?
I said Hanky, but
all right, I'll go with that.
But I don't know because Hanky, if it's Hanky up in the Westby area, there's 2 E's, so it might be Honky. You might be right there, Kirk.
Well, he's gotten it to where it's interesting. There's 1:09 to go, and he's not afraid to throw. But he's also exposing himself to some things too that he really doesn't want to.
Yeah. The 5th place match is going to finish up here right below us, and Caden Davis is going to lose this one to Ty Christ. Christ picks up an 8-2 victory for that 5th place medal. So that was a pretty good match. I tell you what, they were going at it tooth and nail. Davis only a junior. He'll be back. Christ is a senior.
So Anki's got to be aggressive here, but he's got to be careful. He's putting himself in some really significant balance positions. So far he's come out of them, but that was a bad shot by Dinar. This time, hasn't got it yet. Don't want to let him lock that cradle up.
I didn't see the final here with
I didn't see it either.
7th place match, and 3rd place match is still going on.
They'll get to see each other. No, they won't. That's right. Lancaster goes D3.
Yep.
Cuba will be going up to Dodgeville. Oh, good job rolling through that. You better hang on to him because Honky is so far showed he's got great hips.
Yeah, he will not give up.
And down there, Denar is hanging in there. No, that's
Third place match.
third place with Blosky. Blosky's up 3-2 down there. And it is going to be Blosky that, Denar that hangs on here. He's going to get a 13-8 win.
That was a nice match.
That was good for two schools that we can see are improving again.
Yep.
And Cuba City gets a champion out of here, and Lancaster at least gets a second place out of here.
Yeah. Well, now we can take a look. Just 5 seconds remaining on that third place match. And there's your
That's
whistle.
how it's going to end. 3-2 in favor of Blosky from Fenimore.
Yeah, nice job there for him. Well, our thanks going out to, let's take a look here. Black River Falls Wrestling Club, that's Steve Markey, the head coach, along with Lance Wetter, the basketball Wazeeka Steuben Wrestling Club. Wishing all the best to those two teams. Brookwood Wrestling Club, a young bunch that are starting to grow. And Green Repair, that's Ryan Green out of Norwalk. We appreciate their support. Thanks to Ryan, touch base with him. He can help out with vehicles and just regular upkeep. Tires, he's got tons of that. He can get you some really great prices along the way. And let's see, how about J&R Military Surplus bringing you the action here today. We appreciate the fine folks stop in there and take a look at all that they have. They have added so much to their store. Thanks to Troy Clary, Ithaca Weston Wrestling Club, and the Weston crew helping us out with Marcus McCauley, Iowa Grant Highland, the co-op team, Ryan Allen. Boy, he's got a great thing going today as they just keep rolling along. And Hartshee Lumber, Scott Parrish and the crew out there in Laval, serving the Laval and Casanova and other area. We appreciate all that they have done to support the broadcast. Well, we move into that 190-pound weight class, Kirk. It's getting bigger and bigger here.
Yep, we're down to the last three, Ken, and this is where we still see a lot of great athletes. We talked earlier, really kind of looking forward to that heavyweight match at our 275-pounders with Matthews from Riverdale and Rotz from Fenimore. That's going to be a great match. But this is a fine match we got going on out here. In our championship match, we have Ross Christ, a junior with a 36-3 record, and he's taking on Wyatt Anand, who's a senior with a 26-5 record. Both quality, experienced upper weights are 190-pounders. In our third place match down there, we have Cole Brenninger from Richland Center, the senior, who is now 31-7. He's taking on from, from Prairie du Chien, McEacham from Prairie du Chien, and they're wrestling for third place down there with Brenninger and lead right now 2-1. In our fifth place match, we have from Iowa Grant Highland, we have Laufenberg, and he's right now leading 4-0 in his match against Austin from Cuba City. And then our seventh place match, we have Wolf from Lancaster, and he's taking on Moore from Belmont Platteville. So our championship match with 30 seconds to go in the first period is 0-0. I have a headgear fix here, I think. And our third place match down there is still 2-1 as they're going takedowns. Is the young man from Prairie du Chien, Keacham, just got an escape earlier in the period. Nice shot with a Kelly takedown by Brenninger. Would have liked to seen him keep that and take him over and put him on his back, but up 4-1 now. Nice Kelly takedown though.
Nice to see Cole doing a good job here today, getting into this third place match.
He needs to have some success, in this tournament, which, if he can come out of here with third place, with who's finishing ahead of him, that's going to be a good feature. So we got a pin there, I believe, at the 5th place match, and that will be from Cuba City, Austin.
Oh yeah, Fox Austin, yeah.
We got the pin there.
Well, he was trailing in that match 4-1, or at 6-4 he was trailing, and he came back and got the hold locked up.
Yep.
So good job by him. Yeah, you look at Brenninger, 4-1 score. You've got Anand and Darlington. They're going to go separate directions. He will have to put up with Ross Christ at sectionals if he can get to that, because Darlington will go to Dodgeville. So, yeah, he's got. He will have to be ready for Cam Moore, Belmont Platteville, down the road possibly. But I got to think that Cole's got to be in a good spot to come out of that Richland Center Super Regional next week.
Well, you definitely would hope he'd come out of there. It's just a matter, can he put it together well enough to get through the sectional in 3rd place?
Be in the top 3.
Yep. Extremely strong young man and quick young man. He just got to put all that stuff together. I mean, like there, that was just a tremendous escape.
That was a great escape,
He
yes.
was so fast.
Yes.
You know, used his hands, worked his hands.
We got a pin down here on the 7th place match with Nolan Wolf. He was leading 9-0, and he comes up with the pin over Cam Moore of Belmont Platteville. So Wolf will run his record. The junior now stands at 21-17.
See, that's one fun thing, and that's really the influence of a guy like Darren Gunderson. Is Cole's got that really nice Kelly takedown and really nice Fireman takedown. And there's not a lot of coaches that can coach that.
Yep.
And he can.
Championship match with Wyatt Anand. He is out in front 1-0. He takes a nice shot here, but boy, a great job defending that as they near the out of bounds. With a minute to go in the period, they will scoot out. Christ of Darlington, a junior, coming in at 36-3. Kirk Anand 26-5. He is a senior.
You can see with this Darlington Blackhawk team, especially with the upper weights, but even, Aird there at 26, you can tell he could definitely help you out on a football team as a strong safety or something like that. But it just, man, these young men, no matter where they go to school, you can tell why both those teams were dynamic this last year.
No doubt about it.
Extremely athletic, most of them, good intelligence and quickness.
Well, and you can see that with Darlington Blackhawk. I mean, both.
That's the scary thing with Cole right there.
What did he do? I missed it.
Oh, he lifted him clear to the sky, but he did a good job bringing him back down.
Good. Yeah. I didn't see that one. I was blocked off here.
Yeah. But I had to bring it in there. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That was a good call. Well, now Anand picks up a takedown, and he is going with a facelift here.
Yep.
Picking up some back points now is Riley Cade doing the officiating. He's now looking close here.
He's gotten him real close.
Boy,
now.
That's tight.
That's that cross-face turret.
Yep. Anand really going hard here, trying to come up with the stack.
Oh, he's going to give it up. Now he's got to come back and put a half in.
Time runs out, actually. 3 near fall, so it's a 6-0 lead here for Wyatt Anand out of Fenimore.
Brenninger wins down at the far end with a 7-4 score there. And that's nice for him. Really happy for him. The 3rd place finish his senior year in the conference.
Yes, good job. Absolutely.
Last year, I believe he was maybe in the top 6 or 7.
And, take a look. Jack McAckern, he came in 16-22, and he's going to wind up 4th. So he did a heck of a job today as well.
Yep.
Getting the 4th place medal. Well, now we concentrate just on this championship match. Now let's see.
We'll just see how much pressure that put a lot trailing 6-0.
We're going to pop this over to the full screen here, so hopefully it comes back. There we go.
Wyatt Anand had an older brother that was a great wrestler for Fenimore too.
Yeah.
And just Very good athletes.
There's a takedown, and now a major decision here. The whitewashing going on so far, 8-0. 55 seconds remaining.
That was a good stalemate or potentially dangerous call there. Anand didn't care about his knee until he got the takedown, but then he started thinking, where it's at, it's not in a good spot.
Then you kind of want to start pointing to it. Okay, we can stop now.
That's what you could tell he did there, which was wise.
Yeah.
He had secured enough control that the Riley was definitely in the right order to give him the takedown, but then it was time to maybe get out of there and need to hit that again, Ken.
Oh, thank you. They're going to put 10 seconds on the board now. Back on the board, so it's 57 seconds remaining. Clock kept running there as they took the timeout with that knee.
I wonder if because they had 5 mats earlier that they can't delete that for later rounds.
Well, it was funny because they had 4, and then all of a sudden it just popped up at the beginning, and so I'm not 100% why we have it, but
it's working. That's what you have to be thankful for.
We'll be okay.
2 weight classes to go here as we're down to the last 2 weight classes at 215 and 285. I have a hard time remembering that. And of course, now they've gone back and forth between 275 and 285, and now we're pounding back and forth between 215 and 220.
Pounding is a good term when you're in the upper weights like that. You're right.
Oh,
yeah. Quite the tournament here today. Been a lot of fun doing this, and I would imagine, Prairie du Chien will do a heck of a job next year with it too. They have a beautiful facility.
There's the final, 8-1. Darlington gets another champion.
Well, his heart kept Fenimore from getting an extra team point on that one. Well, let's take a look here as we move on. We're going to move up to that 215-pound weight class. One of my old wrestlers down at Lancaster is Grantland Graphics. Thanks to Phil Wolf for all the support. Check out, they can do so many neat things when it comes to their signs and so on. It's just tremendous what Phil has been doing there. He's got a great head on his shoulders. GT Melmin Titan Wrestling Club, thanks to Pete Peterson and his crew as they look to make another run for state team tournament competition. Genuine Telecom serving the Richland Center, the city of Richland Center. We thank Genuine Telecom for their terrific support over the years and, of course, for the next 3 weeks as well. And thanks to Joel DeWitt Construction out there in Westby. And as he said, the best thing that you can do a good job and let the word of mouth be your prize, I guess, and that's what he does. Thanks to Chad Johnson, the DeSoto Wrestling Club, helping us out today, and we wish them the best of luck, a very young wrestling team. And the Darlington Blackhawk Warbirds, another one of my former wrestlers, state champion here as well, along with Phil. It's his older brother, Jim Wolf, as he is the head coach, and we wish Jim and his crew the best of luck here in the next 3 weeks. We'll be following all of these wrestling clubs throughout the tournament action all the way through to Madison at the Kohl Center. Well, Kirk, let's turn the mic back to you and see what we got going on here at 2:15.
Well, we're going to have to get to it fairly quick because we only had 6 wrestlers here to begin with. And there was a Deep Theory out there. He has Brokop in a lot of trouble, so he could get a first period fall here. And the only one that matches close right now is down at the other end. There's the fall for Theory as he continues his dominance of Brokop. Brokop's happier and heck that Theory goes somewhere else next week.
Really.
So now the only match we have left is down there in our 3rd place match, and that's Max Busser from Mineral Point, and he is taking on from Fenimore Dalton Wolf.
Well, I'll go back to the single picture then, if that's the way we go. Took me a moment.
There you go.
So apologize for that little delay.
Didn't miss a whole lot. It's still 3-0 down there.
Well, I'm still not showing. I'm showing it. There we go. Oh, I got to get the wrong. We're on mat 1. There we are.
Wolf is he had a fine year for Fenimore. Of course, with 29, now a 30-7 record. You can see why. See, like we talked about earlier, once you get up around 44 or in that area there where craps comes into play for the Fenimore Golden Eagles, they really don't have a weak spot up there. Of course, then what team wouldn't? Of course, now they draw for weight classes, but with Gratz at 285, that's a nice thing to have up there. I mean, he is just a. But I don't think, if I remember right, I don't think he's ranked number 1 in the state right now.
Is that right? Wow.
I think there's a young man from one of the other schools that's ranked number 1.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, that Vandenhoffen. Or Vanden is his first name, and then Hoffman is his last name from Wyoming Fremont.
Oh.
But Gratz is ranked number 2, and Grant Matthews is ranked number 3. So that's why that's going to be such a good match.
That'll be fun. Yes, that's coming right up.
And that's a nice way to end the day with those two going after each other.
I think what I'll do is I'm going to mention while we're watching here with this one, we'll talk a little bit about 2 other sponsors real quick, and that will be Citizens First Bank out of Viroqua. You'll find them also in Viola helping us out. We appreciate their terrific support. And don't forget the great folks where you can watch through their internet packages, bundle things up. It's Coon Valley Telecommunications there on Central Avenue, downtown Coon Valley. So we thank those. We'll have 4 more sponsors left here as we move into that 285-pound weight class. We'll get to them after this matchup.
Well, still 3-0 down there, Ken. We got a minute 40 to go in the third period with now Wolf on top. He's wrestling Busser from Mineral Point. Busser might score here, and he does. 3-1 now. Now it could get interesting. Busser can get a takedown. We'll have a tie score, and then we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
2 well put together 2 15-pounders. Like I said earlier here this round, if you're going to wrestle in the Fenimore room and you're one of these bigger guys, you better have your stuff together because it's those in the room matches are almost worse than the Friday night match.
They got to be brutal.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
You got Wolf here at this weight class. The weight class before we saw Anand, and the weight class after we have Gratz. You know, it's just I'm not too sure that Tristan Stelp can't bump up a few weight classes and give somebody one heck of a match.
Probably. He probably goes up and says to the 90-pounder, like, hey, I need a little workout.
Yeah. Of course, that's Anand, though. That might be a tough
that
match.
might be a workout. You're right.
That might be a healthy workout.
Maybe I better drop down a weight. Go to 175 there.
75, he might have a good shot. Although that's Bloschke, though.
Yeah, I was thinking it might have been.
Might have to go all the way down to 65.
Yeah.
Well, he's at 57.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a 5-1 finish here.
Yep, that's what it's going to be.
So congratulations going out to Dalton Wolf of Fenimore. He picks up the win over Mac Busser, 5-1. And now we can take a look at our final 4 sponsors here tonight, this late afternoon. Thanks to Campbell's Mobile, that's Crystal and her wonderful crew. Stop in there for a great deli and Synergy Mobile Fuel. And then just across the road from them is Solar Meats. Stop in and say hi to Rich and the crew. They've got a great selection, all kinds of selections from your pork, your chicken, of course your beef, and you can bundle up a lot of different things. They'll do some great things for you. Cashton Farm Supply, Ernie Peterson and the crew, organic farming experts out there on Highway 27. The Cashton Wrestling Club, thanks to Derek Moshik and his team, helping us out today with the sponsorship. Central Express in Cashton, that's Heather Olson. And again, some terrific mobile fuel products there and a wonderful deli. Don't forget Pasture Pride cheese with Usto cheese. I tell you what, that is a great cheese. Lori and I love it, folks. You ever drive by there outside of Cashion, you got to pick some up. It's really good. You heat it up for, chunk it up. Heat it up for about 25 to 40 seconds, and that is good stuff. Let's go to 285, the last weight class of the day, Kirk.
Yep, as we said earlier, as we were talking during the, very careful here that I don't tell you what's going on. It was locked up here, going to the edge of the mat, and each one of them trying for a throw here. This could be interesting between Gratz and Matthews. But you have Evan Gratz, the senior, with a 27-5 record. And he taking on the sophomore from Riverdale, Grant Matthews. Grant tried to do a funky move there, and Gratz slipped out on top, but Matthews immediately escapes. 2-1. Our third place match, we have Matt Eric from Mineral Point, and he's taking on, from Prairie du Chien, Jack Simmons. So there's the one that's kind of helped Prairie du Chien out quite a bit, is Jack Simmons. He's come on really well for him at 285, and has a really nice record of 31-9 right now. In our fifth place match down there, we have from Iowa Grant Highland, we have Mr. McCone, and he's taking on Braden Kleppy from Richland Center. Braden having a nice job here, being in this fifth, sixth place match. And then finally down here in our seventh match, we have from Darlington, we have Ruff from Darlington, and he's taking on from Beatsville from Belmont Platteville. There was another wrestler that we didn't see today. I wonder where he's at, is Mondrano from Belmont Platteville, I believe.
Yep.
It was the smaller one, and he was wrestling 215 a lot of the year.
That's right, yes.
And he's not here today. So that's why our 215 weight class, we're missing Teague Perkins and we're missing Mondrano out of there. Hopefully we wish them both luck into getting back in the tournament schedule for next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Kleppy finds himself out in front 1-0 for Richland Center. That's in the lower left corner of the screen.
2-1 in our championship match. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
That's where you don't want to get caught in that.
Yep.
And Gratz did a nice job of catching Matthews, just relax him just for a second, and caught him with one of those bull rushes.
Well, and he does a bull rush like no one else.
Yep. To Grant's credit, though, he got out of it. He gave up the 3 near fall, but he at least got out of it. Now it is 5-1 in favor of Gratz. Down in our third place match, we're in the second period down there, and we have no score in that with less than a minute to go in the second period.
That is going to be Ulrich out of Mineral Point and Simmons of Prairie du Chien. And again, a junior in Ulrich, 21-15. And as Kirk mentioned, 31-9 for that sophomore in Simmons, doing a nice job for the Blackhawks.
7-0 down here in our seventh place match. And that would be the
Uh-oh.
Oh, you got caught again.
Yeah, you got caught again. Half Nelson series, and that was it.
That was the end of that. Well, they'll see each other again.
Yep. Number 2 and number 3, you would imagine they're going to bang heads for a couple, 3 more weeks.
I would say there's a good chance of that.
4 weeks in a row, wouldn't that be something?
Well, Gratz is a defending state champion. That's why it's kind of surprising me that he isn't ranked higher. But Grant's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
He didn't do a lot of wrestling last year. He just couldn't get his mind in the right framework or something,
No.
But boy, he decided after doing some things this summer and stuff, he really dedicated himself back to the sport. He's going to be, if he can keep it going, he's going to be one of those by the time he's a senior. It's kind of like Gratz. Gratz is, a senior now. And, of course, he's been big the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
but he's just one of those that you really don't want to wrestle. He's just so physical.
And he's quick for his size, too.
He is.
Man.
Yep. It's got to be another case where we always say football helps a lot of these athletes with their agility and stuff. And I would definitely say that's true with Gratz.
Yeah. We're down to 1:30 to go in the third place match. It's still 1-0 in that matchup. And the lead there is Ulrich over Simmons. At the 5th place match, that's right underneath us, Brandon Kleppe and McCone of Highland. So it's Richland Center, Kleppe. That's a 1-1 score. And they're down to 50 seconds remaining in this one.
I mean, Fenimore is, kind of finished where we thought, but I got to believe Mineral Point, they could use this one down here. But, of course, though, Gratz got some extra points there, too. But Mineral Point right now on the scoreboard is only 1 point behind Fenimore.
Is that right? Wow.
So a good showing today by the Mineral Point Pointers.
Boy, I guess so.
Even though they're not ranked in the state, kind of hard to believe that, but they had a tough month here, though, wrestling the whole month without one of their number one studs in Rowan Carey.
Yeah.
We're going to get a fall down here real quick, too, now. This young man from Belmont Platteville, he's had a great day.
He's done a nice job.
He's going to really force us to figure out how to say his name. You have to deal with it more than I do. So.
I think so. Vitrissil will say.
Yeah.
A sophomore, runs his record of 13-11. He picks up the pin over Gage Ruff, the freshman from Darlington Blackhawk.
I guess I'm wrong with that. He goes to Dodgeville.
He'll go up to Dodgeville. You're right.
And then he goes to the Dell, so neither one of us will see him again.
We'll tell Wayne he's got to figure that one out.
Wayne's got to figure out how to pronounce that name.
Yep. Well, we got 2 matches left here. We got Kleppe of Richland Center. That's still 1-1 with 42 seconds.
42 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Actually, the stars up there, our 4 lights are up there. Are we in the sudden victory?
Oh, we are in overtime. You're right. Thank you for catching that. Yeah, we are. And it's 1-1 in the 5th place match. Third place match. All right.
They're
and
only
Simmons.
only 8 seconds from going to sudden victory.
Yeah. Well, we didn't want to leave too early yet.
That's true. Got to have a little excitement towards the end here.
Yeah.
We'll get this out right now, though. Congratulations to Brian Allen and his cousin Gary Allen and all his other assistant coaches. I mean, this has been a while coming for Iowa Grant, and you have to be happy for them. A little changing of the guard once in a while in the conference is good for the conference, and it's just great to see his team, fit together. And they're still, for the most part, fairly young. They got a couple seniors like Biba and maybe one other one, but they got a lot of talent coming back with those freshmen and sophomores in the lineup.
They're not going to go too far away.
No. It'll be hard to replace a young man like Elliot Biba, but some of the other young men could step in there just fine.
Well, they had a nice little bunch on that at Lee Griffin too. So,
yeah, that was their varsity reserve there, and they did fairly well there. They won it the year before.
Yeah.
And then even this year they were competitive in it.
Yeah, were they third maybe, or second or third?
Second or third. Richland Center won it.
Yep.
Which was nice for them. That was kind of a good thing for them. Still sitting here 1-1, 11 seconds to go in this sudden victory on this mat, and only 9 seconds to go down there in that sudden victory.
McCone really trying to get after it here.
This might even be one of the 30-second goals here.
I believe you're right.
And Kleppe didn't get away, so now he's going to have to ride McCone. Either going to have to ride him or let him go and take him down.
Yeah.
And we're going to the 30-second goes down there. Prairie going to start out on top. That's Simmons. Oh, what a way to lose.
Yep.
You just won't let him go, yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Because now, that's right, you really haven't lost. You're only down 2-0.
Got to get that takedown.
You got to get the takedown. This is a case where you just got to go for broke and snap him. I don't know, shooting underneath him is not a good place to go.
No. That'll take care of the match there.
Yep.
So McCone will pick up the win over Kleppe of Richland Center. Nice job there. They pat each other on the shoulder and say, hey, good job. It was a good match. That's a good way to do it.
They won't see each other again. They say, see you next year.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, little icing on the cake for Ryan Allen and his crew to add a few more points here in the end.
Yeah, good job for them. 2-1, 20 seconds to go on that match down there, Kirk.
Must be the second 30-second goal.
Ah, yep.
There's the point. So now it's 2-2. So I'm thinking this one's going to go to the ultimate too.
Oh boy.
I don't remember who scored first.
Yeah,
but we'll figure it out real quick here.
I don't know. That's true.
I was thinking it was green.
Yeah, you're right.
Raising the green hand, yeah. So that's going to be Art gets his choice. Now it's just going to be how quickly he can get out of there. Can he get out of there? This is where when coach told you to run all those conditioning drills and you maybe only went 3/4 or half speed, you're going, no, now I understand.
Yep.
He gets this trip here, he could ride him out. Gonna have to be careful that he doesn't ride him into the bleachers there.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that was close. At least one young man there was gonna take the brunt of that.
I see those guys sitting down there. One said, I'll be brave. The other one said, I'm bailing.
16 seconds to go here. Somebody's going to get the ride out or somebody's going to get the escape.
Ooh,
That's
little
not
high.
a good place for him to be. Art's to his feet. And he hasn't danced away yet. Going to have to use his weight there.
Boy. Yep.
There you go. He's going to have to at least give him one.
Yeah.
So he just won't give him the two.
There you have it.
And that's the wrap up.
Boy, I tell you what, good job there. That was pretty good. Well, let's take a look here. Those points there, you want to go from fourth up there on the...
Yeah, just a second. Let me finish this one
Okay.
up.
We'll take a look at that. But my thanks, while he's doing that, my thanks going out to Chris Carr, the athletic director here at Mineral Point. My sincere appreciation for him. Matt Austin helping us out, getting everything up and running on the internet side of things. That was a tremendous job with his help. It was a little iffy once in a while there, kind of figuring out where we were at. But we got things going, and that was just a tremendous job there by them. And, of course, the administration here at Mineral Point. So, quick team scores.
Iowa Grand Highland won the tournament. We're going to try to bring up those team scores and see if we can at least make them, give you the final ones that we have. Have to hit refresh up here, though, so we get maybe the latest ones. Bear with me just a second here. Okay, we're going to say this is the final ones, which is close. We'll start with number 4 is Mineral Point with 219, and number 3 is Fenimore at 224. Followed just barely in front of them is Prairie du Chien at 228.5. And Iowa Grant distanced themselves pretty good there in the final couple rounds and won the championship with a total of 266 points. So still look forward to you take 3 of those teams are in this super regional next week.
Yeah,
I think you're going to have your hands full.
It's going to be quite the tournament, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll be knocking heads again.
Yes, they will.
Well, there you have it, folks. The SWAL SWC, The Clash, now complete. And again, the champions reigning supreme, Iowa Grant Highland on top. Kirk, thanks so much for helping out here again today. It was just another fun day. I get goosebumps, I tell you, when we start doing this because it's just fun to work with you. We get a chance to go back and forth with what we see out here, and you know, we're gonna split up next week. I'll come back down here. You're gonna stay home at Richland Center with that super regional, and then we'll meet up again for the D3 sectional down here at Mineral Point in 2 weeks.
We were at it last year at Richland Center. There was when Ithaca Weston hosted the tournament at Richland Center, and it's going to be just like it was last year. It's going to be tremendous wrestling going on again, especially when you get to that sectional, when you start adding especially up north when you start adding
Aquinas.
in there. You know,
Yeah.
those we just talked about the 3 squads we had here today.
Yeah.
In Iowa Grand Highland and Fenimore and Mineral Point, and then when you get to that sectional, you toss Aquinas in there.
Yeah.
It's just gonna, and even like you said, be aware of that after the Super Regional next Saturday. We'll talk some more about that at both of the broadcasts.
Yeah.
But then the following Tuesday night, you're going to have team sectionals.
Yeah.
Fenimore is hosting the D3 one this year, and then River Valley, I believe, is hosting the D2.
Yes, going to be a lot of fun. A lot of wrestling coming up here in the month of February. We hope you can stay with us. Well, for Kirk Layer, I'm Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Production, saying thanks so much for watching, folks. A great turnout here today, and we look forward to next week, and we'll do it all over again with Super Regionals. So long, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on the mats next Saturday. So long, everyone.